This is Mika McDaniel bringing you the latest in the news on the web so you don't have to take your eyes off whatever it is you're doing. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe this podcast so other people can hear it if you are into this type of stuff and would like other people to know that you're into this type of stuff because we are here to help you. So yeah, Trump's support for enhanced background checks 2 weeks after mass shootings. This is from Sat Ford from thinkprogress.org. It has only been 2 weeks since President Donald Trump formally addressed the nation in the wake of deadly shootings in El Paso, Texas, Dayton, Ohio, and Joliet, California. But on Sunday, not long after he initially showed support for enhanced drug checks, the president suddenly reversed course, suggesting any momentum for passing any meaningful legislation to curb gun violence has already dissipated. Speaking to the press before returning to Washington from vacation at his golf resort in Bedminster, New Jersey, Trump suggested to Congress had been considering various proposals in the aftermath of those shootings, but said he is primarily concerned about, quote, mental health, end quote, issues, and instead that the country needs to bring back, quote, mental institutions, end quote. Quote, I'm not talking about as form of prison, quote, he said, quote, I'm saying for help, end quote. He added that unrelated, he also supported voter identification laws, which have proven to serve no purpose but to suppress minority votes. Later during the gaggle, a reporter pressed Trump on his specific position on background checks. He deferred to Congress and defended his support for the Second Amendment. Quote, people don't realize we have a very strong background checks right now. End quote. He said, quote, if you go in and buy a gun, you have to sign up. There are a lot of background checks that have been approved over the years, so I'll have to see what it is, end quote. He then referred once more to, quote, a big mental problem, end quote. Asked again about his own position on background checks, Trump replied, quote, I'm not saying anything, end quote. This is just the latest step the president has taken to downplay expectations on gun violence prevention measures following the latest round of mass shootings. During a formal address to the nation on August 5, Trump seemed to suggest that the only realistic solution to repeated gun violence was the implementation of red flag laws, which allow law enforcement officials to temporarily take guns from people expressing threatening language. The president at the time was reportedly considering using executive action to circumvent Congress on guns, a flip-flop form from his past opposition to such a move, though what might be included in that executive action remained a mystery. The National Rifle Association strongly opposed any additional gun control measures and in the past has pressured Trump to bow to its views. NRA Chief Executive Wayne LaPierre reportedly had held several phone calls with the president days after the shootings in El Paso and Dayton, according to officials who spoke with the Washington Post, and not long after Trump tweeted his support for the NRA, assuming then that their very strong views would be, quote, fully respected and represented. End quote. The president also defined hopes of reviving an assault weapon ban, falsely claiming that, quote, there is no political appetite for that at that moment, end quote, even though a majority of the country supports bringing back such a ban. Speaker Nancy Pelosi called on the Senate this month to return early from its August recess to take up some of the gun reform measures previously passed by the House of Representatives. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell refused, saying that the Senate would take up the issue when it reconvened in September. Pelosi nevertheless doubled down Friday on her calls for the Senate to return earlier than planned. The House Judiciary Committee has likewise announced it would do just that, reconvening on September 4th to consider a set of bills including a ban on high-capacity magazines. The committee will also holds a hearing on September 25th to discuss military-style assault weapons. This was by thinkprogress.org. Thank you for staying with us.